All right. Okay, it moved a bit fast. I wanted to share some live tape reading with you. I have two. I'm watching two charts. I'm watching the US dollar yen and euro. I'm anticipating higher prices on the US dollar yen. So let me go through that quickly. Um, Going to the 1 hour. Okay, I have a nice unicorn gap here, which is basically a breaker with a gap, and price has come up and then retrace into this inversion daily R2F gap. So we'll look at that. Ignore the other drawings, please. Some are not hidden so well. And ignore those lines. And let me hide this. Just a bit cleaner. Okay, inversion daily gap. And we also came into a 4-month BC over here. So higher prices for now is justified. A good retracement would be justified. So yeah, inversion gap. Go down to the hour. We had that expansion, the retracement, and now we're here in the retracing into the inversion gap around midway, right? Kind of respecting that. So I'm keeping an eye on that. First target, the CB, and I'll see what PD arrays get created on the way there, and potentially attacking this trendline liquidity, coming up a bit higher, maybe creating equal highs, retracing, and then potentially coming up into this zone, which would be a okay. We'll go to the daily. Okay, on the daily, there's this gap here, and there's a 3-day gap on this time frame as well, on the 3-day time frame, and on the 4-day, it's just this isolated. It's an order block, but I'm just isolating this breaker down here. Okay, 3-day. So expecting maybe price potentially coming up into there. As you can see here, we had quite a bit of a drop. It's possible, but for now the target is. I'd like to see if we can reach into there. So going down to the lower time frames. The basis for these higher prices. So we got a 10-minute order block coming into this 10-minute bounce price range gap over here. Let me just hide this daily one and bring it all the way to the back. Okay. Yep. 10-minute busy here. It does not look like it is. There's a 10-minute gap here, small one as well. We have this high here, so I want to see. And we also have this wick here, constant encroachment of the wick, keeping an eye on that wick on the 10 minutes. What else we got? 15 minutes. There's also that wick, 10, 9, 8. Okay, we have an order block here on the 6-minute. Let's see if we make one more pass down and then potentially move up from there, or we're just going lower. 5-minute. That's okay. It's also clear on the 5-minute. So perhaps this creates a breaker, right? I mean, it's one possible thing. So it creates a bearish order block, which usually we would trade into if we're expecting lower prices like this. But it may become a breaker instead with price closing higher, allowing us to move higher from there. So let's just keep an eye on that. Then we'll go to euro. Okay. Give me a sec while I hide these things. 15-minute. It's the 1 hour. Okay. So the clearest thing we have is this on the 3-hour, 2-hour. It's also a gap, but 3-hour, the clearest. It's basically like a unicorn gap. So we trade it into there. around 8 p.m. And then we started moving lower, 11 p.m. And now 2 a.m. Okay, key time for London Open. Um, potentially move lower, right? Because, okay, let's go back here. We had this 12-hour gap. Quite an expansion lower. I would expect maybe a bit lower prices with such a displacement down. If it went up from here, you have to imagine a green candle, and that would be really bullish if the 12-hour closes here. And then, I'd be very confident in taking that breaker higher above these highs. But for now, I think we can get a bit of retracement. Wait for some news during New York, right? During that volatility in order to move higher. That's the narrative I'm thinking of. If it doesn't work out, that's fine. Okay, so we had a 3-hour gap. We had a displacement down into here. So I'm keeping an eye on this. Okay, this gap got formed, but I'm keeping an eye on this 1-hour inversion gap. For now, it seems to be holding. Let me delete this. Seems to be holding and potentially take out this low and come a bit deeper into here, potentially into, let me see what I got, a inversion 3-day there, and this is a 1-week inversion. 1-week inversion gap over here. Potentially move higher. We came into a 2-week gap, we expanded. I'm not expecting us to go super low, although we may. I'm still anticipating possible higher prices because we have this 3-day potential bullish breaker here. Nice close above. We traded into this order block, came down to the 2-week gap, expanded above. I'm expecting a bit more lower prices before potentially coming higher and taking out this external range liquidity of this PD array. Okay, so we go down, 1 hour, very nice. Let's move this down here. First target, where? I'm expecting the low to be taken. Okay, that's my target, of course. Depending where you got in, you can take targets at these gaps. This gap already traded into. Anyway, minimum here, and then we got this fair value gap here. I always take it at the threshold just in case it taps into it and then flies. It's relative equal lows, so definitely if it comes down, it would trade into that and not just create equal lows here, I believe. So that's the first target. 1 hour gap here. Let's see what happens. I believe there's no news today except core retail sales at 8:30 a.m. New York time. Okay, let's go down even lower time frame. So we got 15-minute here. Came into the 15-minute, took out a low, went into the 1 hour and 15-minute gap within that refined 1 hour, dumped all the way down. Let's go 5-minute. Okay, 5-minute here. So the 5-minute R2F gap in here as well. However, we do have an inversion gap here, likely to be the one that pushes price down. If it doesn't, maybe we come all the way into this R2F gap here. So let's just see. Just watch this 5-minute candle. Okay, seems it wants to reach all the way there. Little breaker here. I know it's scary seeing a full candle like this, but that's what happens when you are watching the candle form, right? It's not done until it's formed. Okay, tap into the gap. Seeing this bullish candle does not mean it's an engulfing candle just yet. So 3 minutes on this puppy. Okay, over here the 4-minute, we had a 4-minute order block. Trade it into that. We do close the 4-minute above. One possibility. Create a breaker into this order block and then down. If it starts expanding higher, all right, we're going higher first, and that's life. So let's see. Let's wait on the 5-minute first. 4-minute is in 2 minutes. 5-minute is also in 2 minutes. It's interesting. I guess they are multiples of 40 minutes. I don't believe this news. Let me check quickly. Oh, there is news actually. No, sorry. Today's Wednesday. Today's 18th of September. Oh, I see. Sorry, there's no news today. News is on Thursday. Okay, that was a mistake. Yeah, today no news except CPI for the British pound, and 7:30 is the medium impact building permits. 9:30. Sorry, 8:30 a.m. building permits, and 10:30 is crude oil inventories. Okay, we have 1 minute for this one. Let's see how the yen's doing. Still reacting off of here. So it's not over until it's over. Don't get too afraid. You know how forex can move. If you are confident in your analysis, just leave the position. If you get kind of fudded out of watching price form, just don't. Then periodically check or just set alerts. If not, don't watch it if you get affected and if you feel emotional. It's okay to watch it, and then all right, you see a change in structure or opposing PD arrays and being created. Okay, you can take partials or even get out of your position. That's fine, but don't be upset if it still continues to go up. Treat it as a learning moment. We have this 5-minute order block here, a bearish order block. We got the wick going above and beyond. We still have this 10-minute gap. Okay, let me just focus on the yen at the moment. Still have this area. What time frame was that? 9? The 6-minute. 6-minute gap here. Okay. It is still consolidating around this area. Okay, so it's not fully blasting down, which still could mean that we find support here and then do a reversal relatively soon. I mean, it's possible if it's not expanding, displacing too fast down. But you see this. Let's go to lower time frames. Have a look. Let me delete this. Okay. Let me hide everything. All right. So we're slowing down here. If you use tools like the RSI, it's probably resetting. Maybe you're getting a bullish divergence on an RSI, perhaps hidden bull. Yeah. See the hidden bull. Sorry, it shows all the lines. So you get a higher high. No, that's not what I'm using to trade, obviously. This shoots all the way down, then you get something like that. But what I'm trying to say is that currently price is not shooting down. So accumulating, by all means, it could be distributing and we're moving lower. But I did my analysis and I'm expecting the 1 hour drawn liquidity up here. So price come up there. Now I know US dollar, yen, and euro is opposing, but they can move in the same direction quite often. And the pound and the euro can move in opposite directions. 6 minute gap up here. Let's see all this down here. Okay, where is it now? Touch the top of that order block. Let's go back to 10 minutes. See how that. Okay, 10 minute gap still being respectado. Cutting through this, I mean, you have the support of this candle and the support of this actual bodies in the structure. So we could be seeing higher prices. Let's go see what PD rays have been forming on the higher time frame. Okay. Choke came down, rebalance on this. Breaker, expand it up. Maybe perhaps bouncing here. Maybe we can go higher. So we came back up, came up to roughly the midpoint of this order block. Right, we have retracement and perhaps more accumulation. Accumulation down here, perhaps. Well, I like that. I like to see that. Not gonna lie. Okay. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Oh, that's very nice to see. Yeah, I like that the breaker got formed here. Okay, so although we see a bullish breaker here, thinking of referring to candle science and whatnot, naturally, not naturally, but often I would buy, except when price is in um a premium gap. Okay, normally I would buy. Look for an entry on this breaker here, buy. But we're in a premium gap, and overall, 1 hour inversion. We're expecting lower prices and all these higher time frames. Here's not where we technically want to buy. So I like seeing that. Okay. So with a big up candle, we do not get scared. We do not get scared of that. Let's just see the PD rays on other time frames. Okay, came all the way back up to this one. Quite common, right? This one's gonna close soon. Trade into that, go lower. Very cool, very cool. Okay, it's 4 minutes. Just gonna hide this one, the 4 minutes. And this one, 5 minute CB. Okay. All right. Putting this equal lows. Yeah, sure. Coming to this order block. Maybe I'll come into this small gap here. 5 minute gap. 5 minute gap. Tap into it and then goodbye. Okay. I don't want to say it like with too much conviction. That's usually when the market reverses all the way. Can we refine something in there? It's a 1 minute gap as well. Let's go to the yen. Very nice. Okay, I like that we created this order block here. Very nice. Appreciate that. Definitely coming into here. So I like that we're creating bullish PD rates like order blocks and gaps. So you need that, especially if you, let's say, this bearish CB bearish breaker, unicorn setup, gap and a breaker, right? If you are, I mean, I think most people be expecting to sell that and then go lower. But if you're expecting higher prices and you encounter that unicorn setup, which is usually relatively strong, even without a bias in at least taking out this low, in the low that got created. But if you're expecting higher prices and you're expecting that unicorn gap not to hold, if you've gotten that far, then it's good for it to see those discount arrays, right? Because it's going to come into that premium array and then it's going to retrace into a discount array, aka whatever, BC, which is a bullish fair value gap or an order block. It's going to go in there. Yeah, a lot of the times it creates an order block, goes in the gap, retraces into the order block, expands higher, use the gap as support, etc. Then go higher from there. So look at this. Okay, look at this. We're expecting higher prices now. So we're gonna use this candle science thing. Okay, big gap. Nice breaker here. Inversion gap. I don't know. Would we come back into a break premium discount? Equilibrium's here. Let me switch the colors so it's confusing. Okay, big red candle. We're not too. We don't care too much about that. So let's see. All right, so we're nearing 3 a.m., which, as we know, is when price tends to reverse a lot of the time, or at least really spool into a direction of liquidity. We'll say premium equilibrium is at that point there. Middle of this gap is equilibrium of this whole range. So I'm just going to remove that. Sorry, I forgot what kind of gap that was. It was 15 minute. This down candle. Cool. I like this, that the candle opened up a bit closer. With some stabs on top. Stabby, stabby. Let's see if we can reach the midpoint and more. So if I put this as, no, where would OT be? I wonder if that would be the fib extension. No, I guess that won't be. Yeah, not yet. OT would be down here. Let's see what's down there near this bottom of this thing. Trim this up this 5 minute. Nice R2F gap here. It's gonna go up from here, probably pretty fast, I reckon. This little breaker down here as well. We can take note of. On this 2 minute, we have that time. 3. No gap on the 4. The 5 has that gap there. 6. Okay. Let's go back to the 2 minute. Keep an eye here. Okay, 2 minute. The time is 2:52 New York time. Wow, this guy came all the way back up to that 5 minute. Okay, I'll set an alert here. Okay, maybe I don't need the alert there. So close to it. So GBP, there's news. I didn't see it. Okay, Jerio. Well. So Euro GBP must be in a dumper town. What's this? What gap is this? Daily gap, maybe? Daily gap, yeah. Possibly coming down from here. Anyway. So let's see the pound. Okay, a bit of a pump on the pound. And on Euro, a bit of a dump on the down. Okay, Euro is going down. Let's go back to our dear, what do you might call it? USD JPY. Okay, this puppy is coming down as well. Not breaking higher yet. This is a 2 minute gap. Okay, let's just see. Let's look at this guy. What is this? 10 minute. Okay. I want to see this gap hold. If this gap's not holding, then that's no good. I'd like to see that gap hold. Okay, and this general order block to hold. Generally, I don't want to see this guy's breaking. Don't want to see that break. So now, watching this has to be the bottom. If not, then yeah, I don't want to be a part of it. I don't want to be a part of you. Yeah, expecting it so far, but yeah, let's see. Let's see. This was a 2 minute R2F. It's okay to paint outside the walls, outside the lines when there's another PD array there. By all means, close up here, use that as support, and then move higher. If that is the narrative. Okay. This 1 hour gap still of interest to me, I think. Came to midpoint of this wick, you see, and then retrace midpoint of here. So it's caught in between a little bit, but we'll see. Took some time to get down, so let's give it some time to get up. If we expecting higher prices, it needs to create PD arrays, right? You can't make no PD arrays on the way up. You got PD array here. Look at this. It took 4 hours to make this. 5-6 hours in the small range before the expansion. If you come there too quickly, and it wasn't some news kind of manipulation, then that's no good. We want PD arrays to be created. You have to see now what PD array gets created. Yeah. So if this one continues down, then okay, then I think it's time to stop and then wait for more hourly PD arrays. Okay, this puppy's coming down. Well, is it? Not yet. Wait for the candles first. I want to see this order block be disrespected, this breaker be disrespected. It's not a bearish order block yet. Not until this candle closes down there. Huh? 36 seconds, 35 seconds. If it doesn't close below, it'll be interesting. Let's just see how it closes. Oh, not a bearish order block. Not a bearish order block yet. You have 4 seconds. 4, 3, 2. Okay. Yeah, not convincing yet. I want to see it close below. Yeah. What's the RSI telling us? What are you telling us, boy? It was a hidden divergence, but it can quickly disappear. Okay, 15 minutes. All right. Bum, 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 bum. What is that? 6 minutes, right? Okay. All right, I'm sure that definitely closed below. Well, 33 seconds. 33 seconds. We're still in this 5 minute, 33 seconds, 22, 20 seconds. Be pretty funny if we just close above here, huh? Psych. Oh. Okay. It's not coming down very fast. I'm not feeling too bearish yet. It's not going down too fast. I'm not going to short this. That's for sure. Let's see how our friend the Euro, what is he doing? Mr. Euro. Consolidation here. I want to go to a time frame high enough where I'm just looking at current candle next to a possible PD array. So okay, look, it came down. So 28 minutes. Keeping an eye on this 1 hour. Let me highlight this 1 hour gap here. Oopsie. And this was I don't know what that is. 5 minute gap, whatever. So now of interest of bodies, this gap here. Okay, not gap, it's PD array. Okay, we created it on this red candle. Now this is the next candle. And to respect it, you should respect it. Okay, such a big wick. Actually, these imbalances and PD arrays is all liquidity and people getting into the market that didn't get a chance at these areas. It's so fast relative to it's relative to the entire chart, right? A displacement is relative to the chart, whether this is a daily, monthly, weekly. Um, it's relative. So there's an imbalance here, inefficiency, and prices being eaten up here. That's why you need a high time frame analysis and bias. Okay, I think we're going lower. 3 hour gap here, 3 hour higher time frame narrative. Although we did come in a 12-hour gap, I think we can dig a bit lower. I think so. If we just continue up from here, then that's all right. What are you gonna do? Yeah. Okay. So it's 3 o'clock. 3 o'clock now. 3 a.m. And it happened. It's happened here. So yeah, let's just see. Okay, little fair value gap here. Oh wow, okay, dollar yen is there you go, still going up. And the pound, wow, pound's going for it, and the euro is like, I want to be a part of it too. Can I be a part of the thing too? Fine. Okay. Yeah, if you click here, you can hide your charts relevant to whatever time frame you want, however you want to do it. Sorry, wrong button. All right. So on the 2 hour, there's actually a fair value gap here. Discount. Close pretty low. Looks like it's tough to say. So we did come into the premium gap, which is a bit higher here, as you can see, and then we came down to discount array. Okay. So let me just take note of this 2 hour here, 2 hour wick. Okay. But on the 3 hour, we also have an inefficiency with a clear breaker. Came into a 12-hour gap. So the thing is this the 12 hour that is going to send price higher? Or are we just going to, a bit of fake moves, come down more into discount? It didn't come down into a discount yet, even if you're just counting this area. Not yet. So take out these relative equal lows over here. Over here, which warrants that bounce or, manipulation to thinking we're going up, possibly. And yeah, I mean, I like this candle closing below this one. On the 3 hour, there's no premium discount array yet. So you do have this premium array. So where's the next discount array? The old low. Yeah, we'll see how. Okay, you got a new hourly candle. Okay. I mean, if you look at the pound been going, pound's going for it. It's a nice one. 5 hour R2F. Yeah, just could be a retracement. So we'll see. Back to Mr. Yen. No? Okay. All right. So this is OB 15 minutes. OB plus came down. Now we're up here. So this could be a beep breaker. So let's see how this closes. If this closes like this is a breaker, and I think it will definitely be propelled higher if we can get close above here. Okay. I don't know what is this time frame, and I don't know what is this time frame. You can just watch two charts at the same time, maybe. Euro and this one. Look at that. Quite the rejection. Okay, it's going for it. Very nice. Use 10 minutes. Try to tidy it up a bit. Okay. All right. Yeah, so like I said, just a premium array. It's got to create discount arrays. And if you look at this wick, I mean, as you know, wicks, imbalances, not only you can do in midpoints, you can, or even should, I can't do it, okay. You should have quadrants as well, which is 2, 5, and 7, 5. Okay. And when it's bullish, not coming below the midpoint. That's definitely good for bullishness. Okay, euro is a pain in the ass right now. Distributing, maybe, or accumulating, or both. So it's really messy. There's nothing to see there on this time frame. Squish up the candles, make it look a bit more neat. Okay, we still have this 1 hour here, and I'll see how that closes. So just wait. Ate up this PD array, ate up this inverse PD array. I'll see where this body closes. If it closes higher, it could be a trade higher. But it's still 19 minutes. Yeah, on all the lower time frames, it's just very messy. There's no clear PD arrays. Except maybe this 15-minute here. Where's that 1 hour? 1 hour is there. 1 hour is here. Looks so. It's actually really small. And there's a 10-minute. 10 minutes up here. Can you see this green one? Okay. You should respect that if it wants to go lower, I think. There's no discount arrays in here. You know, it can mess about in some days. It can just really mess about. It's hitting up to high impact news or when there's nothing even happening and there's no news. It's a good time just to like not go anywhere, right? Keep traders guessing because I think traders are always expecting a move in some direction. And when price just keeps chopping about and they're watching every single candle form, every single candle has been fully engulfing multiple times bearish and bullish, and it can be quite taxing and distracting. So let's see. Okay, 3 minutes for 15 minutes. That'll be nice. Retracement down. Probably not too deep, although it can. So came up to here, midpoint of this gap. Maybe it'll close below. It's 10 minute here. 10 minute closes in 7 minutes. 10-minute closes at 220, 320. Yeah. Okay, if Yan can get to this target, then I'll close this video. It's 1 hour unicorn gap, and then see for yourself if it does go higher eventually. What PD arrays did it create on its way there? Okay, maybe 2 hour, 3 hour. Yeah, it'll be interesting. Okay. Might close below this order block. Came to it once, but looks like it's going to close it below here. And this one, closing way above the 1 hour. Still 1 hour left. So, what is this? This is a 1 hour wick. It's not a breaker yet, but yeah, we didn't even look at the DXY. Can't look at that. Though generally, I don't like to look at it in the lower time frames too much. You got this opening gap there on the daily. Okay, quite a number of gaps. I know we got this equal lows down here. Inversion 2-day. Okay, inversion closed down, came into it. Did we come into it and come down? We came down first and then we came into it. Okay, one more time. Came down, then came into it. Okay, so we do have a little opening imbalance here. Might want to reach for that. Check out the futures chart as well. Same on the futures chart. So we could have some of that equal highs here as well. Yeah, but yeah. Target wise, we do want to come into this gray zone. This previous year's low, and I believe this is like a monthly. Let's delete that. Previous year's low. That looks like the draw. And a 1 year, 12 months. Busy. Of course, who knows where it retraces before that? But I think with the elections coming up, maybe we'll come into there, like the yen, and then come for the trend line. Maybe below here. So we can't time that as a yearly gap. So could be months of actual structure being created. Can't be guessing there. So let's go back to the 5 minutes. Back to the 1 hour. Came into this gap, into this premium array, discount array. So let's see. You have a gap here as well. Small volume imbalance. This is the DXY chart. We got this nice gap here with this breaker, which looks relatively nice. Anyway, I don't like to look at the DXY on these two low time frames. Okay, this puppy looks like it. It looks like it, but yeah, candle's not closed. Five minutes. Let's get a pound. Pound's going for it. There's everything else going for it. Okay, how's my dollar yen doing? All right, it didn't quite make it to the high. Right, so it's not over yet. Okay, so we got this 15-minute here, remember? Thing is this going to be a breaker? Is there anything on the higher time frames? $12 for this 30-minute order block. $10 here. And we've got some other smaller ones which time frame should start changing. So, okay. Again with the 1 hour. Still so long for the 1 hour. Take a while. It's the 2 hour inversion, which I did use. But again, we got this breaker here. 3 hours. 3 hours, that is of the most interest. I'm just going to stick to the 3 hour time frame and watch this. And for the dollar yen, okay, it's okay. We're coming down again because that is required to create a breaker, right? Like this, to create a bearish breaker, we had to come down, we had to come up before coming down. Come down, come up before coming down. Here we got to come down. You got to come down, then come up before going up. I mean, we don't have to, but generally that's what happens. Okay. Oops. All right, let's look at this hourly. 3 o'clock was here. Oops. Alrighty. Okay, that has turned to the upside. Quite strongly. Okay, so 4 hour time frame. Do we create a 4 hour order block here? Bullish order block, that is. Okay, nice. 1 hour. Find 1 hour of fair value gap. Okay, so Euro wants to go higher. order block. Yeah, so we have this 3-day anticipation on the euro. Potential. It is a 3-day. It's not potential anymore. Okay. Oops. Targeting that high with the daily. May come into that gap later. Yeah, good to see. Okay, but for like other pairs, yeah, yep. This one was a nice one. Retrace into this daily order block, spool higher, and create another daily order block. This one looks nice too. Trade it into this daily breaker. It's coming down. Also refined CB 7-hour R2F, right? R2F gap here on the 7-hour. Okay, and this is it was plus 3-day. It was a bullish breaker. Okay, but closing down here, now it's inversion, right? So that's kind of how, look, bullish breaker, right? But it came into a premium gap. You have to be careful. It's not when you want to buy. Anyway, this is a target here as well. An old low. And where we want to enter, check the time frames. Okay. That. You might get this one. That could be an entry to go lower, I reckon. If it comes into there. So let's just look at the dollar yen quickly. So we forgot about that. Oh. Okay. Right. Okay. So came down into that breaker. Breakers are really, really nice. They are really nice. Don't even care about the wicks. Yeah, seems really awfully close to this 1 hour. I think you can do it. Especially coming into this inversion daily gap. Especially after coming to this 4-month gap. Right? It feels that way. But yeah, you got the dollar pumping and you got everything else pumping, which is very interesting. Don't like that 5-minute though. 5-minute. Let me see. 2-minute. Trying to end this after it comes into there. If it goes into there, if it comes below this low, then still could come. But then I'd probably close the video. 20-minute, 30-minute, 30-minute, and 3 minutes. It could come up close here and then bounce on that. Use that as a reclaimed order block on the left here. So this 1 hour was already traded. No, 30-minute already traded into. But 1 hour not. So we have a wick here. And this midpoint. This whole thing is a down candle. Up, down. So we got a mitigation block, order block, hidden style. Okay. Can we do it? Yeah, so took a position here actually. In this blue line, somewhere in here, in this, I guess a 10-minute.